Okay, I'm just gonna do like a quick little recap about what I was trying to show you guys this week with the blending and the dry brush technique. So I just have my limited palette here of red, yellow, blue, and white for now. It's been tough doing this, doing these demos for you guys from the classroom with a class full of kids. With different needs and everything, and then trying to make sure everybody can see. So here we go. Okay, so I'm mixing yellow and blue, more yellow than blue because I want to get like a pale green. I'm gonna add a little red to neutralize it since we know how to do that now. A little more yellow because I want to keep it on the yellower side, and then I'm gonna add my white. Oh yeah, okay, a little more blue. Yeah, I don't know why I just laughed. That's not like that was funny. Oh dear. Okay, so yeah. No, that's more like brown. I want it to be green. So more red, more yellow, more blue. Boy. All right. So I'm gonna draw, well, kind of like make a circle like this, and then add white in the middle, more white in the middle. And then this is just a regular acrylic brush. I have extra paint on here, so I'm rolling it off on the plate. So I just want to smooth out my paint. I got my white circle. I'm kind of gonna blend it like we learned how to do with our blending activities earlier. And then I'm going to take my dry brush, which is a fluffy brush that's very soft. And if you don't have one of these, I'm happy to put one in the office for you. We have plenty of them. Just kind of like move the brush around, go through the middle, kind of go in a circular motion because I want this to be a circle. But if I was just doing the whole sky, I would just go back and forth. And just, I just want the colors to blend subtly, but I don't want to totally change the value of the whole thing, just the middle. And I think I could add a little bit more white in the middle. Oops, there was too much water on my brush. So I'm going to wipe it off. More white in the middle. This was I think a problem we were having in the classroom was like people were blending so well that it wasn't like we weren't keeping different values. It was like changing the value of the entire shape. So we don't want to do that in this case. All right, there we go. That's nice. Empty. Okay. So I need to clean my dry brush or else it's going to dry on there and become permanently ruined. That's no fun. All right, so now I'm going to hold my paper like this way and I'm going to add my cave. So again, clean my brush. Create a, oh, you know what? I need black. Oh, here we go. All right, so we're gonna create a dark gray with black and white because we also did that in our grappling activities. And I'm just gonna add my like kind of rough shape around the light here with the gray. I can add a little brown too, which I'm using the red and just adding it to my weird yellow color that I had. Something you can do if you're trying to get it to be like less purple is add yellow. If you're trying to get it to be less green, you can add red. And if you're trying to get it to be less orange, you can add blue and so on with the complementary colors like we talked about with the muted tones. This is a really light brown. I don't like it. So I'm actually going to wipe my brush clean and start over here with, I could add black to it, but it's just going to make it like murky and muddy. So I want a nice rich brown. I'm just going to do all three colors. It's very purpley, so I add yellow. All right, now I have a nice brown. I think that's good. And again, if you notice, I'm rolling my brush to get all the color to like blend together so I don't get weird, funny, random, colorful streaks. This is going to be a cave, I guess, of rocks and stuff. So like there's some brown and some gray. So I'm just trying to break it up, put some black, put some white. All right, and then I'm gonna work kind of quickly so that it doesn't dry too fast because I do want to dry off my dry brush. I'm using this napkin, but I think you'd be better off to use like an old towel, so I'm gonna grab one of those in a little bit. But for now, I'm just kind of sweeping my dry brush around to like not blend these textures together, but like kind of make the colors fit nicely together. Yeah. Okay. So that's good for now. All right, now I'm gonna start with the ground here. So I'm going to, I'd like to make this, so what this is basically gonna be is like a rock kind of cave, portal type of thing, but like in the background there's like daylight and light coming through, but then in the foreground, there's like a waterfall trickling into the cave. So we're actually like doing a perspective from in the cave. So I'm gonna start with another pale color, but this time it's gonna be more closer to blue than yellow. And then I'm just gonna start with like a straight horizon line and then bring that down and out all the way down the bottom. Okay. The reason I'm using this color is a very muted blue. It's very light. So I ran out, so I'm gonna make more. But this time I'm not gonna make it as light because things that are in the foreground are gonna be a little more vibrant, a little more, okay, not that much. A little more vibrant, not that much. A little bit, yeah, more natural looking. I can add some orange to that blue to make it a little bit more natural looking and less like, I don't know, blue ice cream or whatever. Smurf ice cream. What is that blue ice cream? Oops, I got some on the cave. All right, well anyway, so I'm kind of blending it in. It's still a little bit way too blue for, a little bit way too blue for water. Here we go. Okay, that's a little better. It's getting darker in the foreground, lighter in the background, but I'm gonna blend that. I'm gonna use my dry brush again. Make sure that's nicely smoothed. Because again, this project that we're going to be working on is all about blending and using appropriate color mixing techniques. So I want to use as much blending as possible. All right. Now I'm going to do some, so we're like layering in different features here, different elements of this picture. So we have our background, we have our middle ground, and now we're starting to have a little bit of a foreground with a little, I don't know, shimmer from the light in the background. Now I'm going to highlight the edge of my cave, make it light, and add some very light blues, and actually extend this out a little bit to this side. Oops, I did not mean to put I did not mean to put that red streak there. That was totally just an accident. Okay. Yeah, so I mean eventually this is hopefully gonna look like the light is coming through and kind of shining off of this wall. And then you need like a natural color like a gray or brown to make some kind of some rocks here. I should wait for this to dry because it's blending in with the blue and I don't want it to blend in. I want it to be layered on top. So I'm gonna add several different values for my rocks, but I'm still gonna leave some of the blue. So that's like the water kind of trickling through. And then after this is all dry, we're gonna have water like actually flowing off of these rocks. So I'm gonna build them up a little bit higher. And as you see, I didn't wipe all the dark off my brush this time. I'm just kind of letting it like go onto the canvas with different values because they're rocks. So like they don't have to be all super neat. All right. And then I want to bring my, this is important. I want to bring the wall of the cave down and I want to bring it back to the foreground. So again, just like we did here, we're going to make a horizontal movement into the water. All right, and then on the opposite side, same thing. Bring it down, create a horizontal movement into the water. This is going to make it seem like it's, you know, in perspective, we're looking from close up to far away. And then, yeah, these rocks are all connected to the cave. And there's some little spots here of canvas, but it's okay because I'm going to go back over everything with more detail later. I just want to get the main shapes of things. So there's my little rocks. I'm going to let them dry. I'm going to add a little bit more like shadowing under the rocks where they might be, you know, buried, like going to be like, I don't know, not where the sun's not shining off of them. And then I'm going to create, so it's time to add some tree type of foliage in the background, I think, while that's drying. So I'm going to mix my yellow. This brush did not get cleaned very well. I'm going to wash it real quick. I just have a regular acrylic brush here. Oop, oop, there we go. I need my yellow. I need my blue, obviously, to make green. I'm also going to add a teeny tiny bit of red, just barely any, but just to neutralize it and make it a natural looking color. And I'm not going to add any white just yet. This is going to be my main tone of green. And I'm just going to add some splotches here and there and keep some of the light coming through them. I'm going to have some coming from over here. Try not to get it on the cave itself. Some coming from over here. Maybe some coming from above. All right. This is where I'm going to add some dark gray or black to the green and add some little shadows to show depth and shade underneath the leaves where the leaves themselves are blocking the light. So like kind of cast shadows. Okay. Now I'm going to add a little bit yellow. Oops, that brush is not clean. Make sure my brush is clean. Add a little bit of yellow to the green. Add a little bit of white to the green. And these are going to be my highlights where the sun is actually hitting the leaves. So dab some light in there. Okay. And because this is a humid place, I'm going to actually add some moss going up the side of the cave here with that same light green. I think on both sides. And I can add some